season, the world of Big Brother came crashing down. But from the rubble, new champions emerge to take up the cause in this brave new world. It's the most powerful season yet. Bear witness as Big Brother Canada rises.
The battle has only just begun.
How are you today?
I could not be better. This, if you know me well, you know that the night of the premiere is like one of the favorite days in my life. So I'm great.
That's awesome. Obviously this must feel triumphant to return after the last season kind of got nixed partway through.
That was hard. That was hard for everyone. So hard on this show. This is like the baby of like 300 people who make this show happen every year. So we have always been really precious with it. And then watching it play out the way it did last season, knowing we had to shut down whether we wanted to or not, it was really hard, I think, for a lot of people. And even for the house guests too, right? I'm sure a lot of them feel like there is some unfinished business. But we were really eager to do everything we could to make sure that we could come back. We've all had a very strange, last 12 months. And one thing people really have missed is human connection, not just their own human connection with people around them, but being able to watch that play out in the present. And I really think there's been a lot of boredom involved in quarantining. There's been a lot of needing to see people really come together. And that's something that Big Brother Canada provides. It's not just on once a week, it's on 3 times a week. You can tune in online 24/7 to see how your faves are doing and to hear some really interesting conversations and new perspectives. We really have like a really interesting cast with so many different kinds of people. I think this is a really welcome addition to people's lives. We needed it, and here it is.
So what's exciting this season? What are you most excited about? Because obviously I know you guys try and shake things up a little every season. So what's happening this season?
Guilty as charged. We do always raise the bar. We innovate. That is just who we are. That's what we do. My favorite twist that we've introduced always have some element of a fan vote, because I love that you're able to feel like you have some ownership over the show that you love. So this year we're starting with teams, which is brand new for us. And people across Canada have been voting for team captains who are going to be then choosing the team. So this is critical for how the rest of the game plays out. Are you on a team that you love? What if you hate your team? What if you hate your captain? What if your captain hates you? Like, what are you thinking of that's going to get you through past the team stage and into the next stage of the game? I'm really excited to see some of the really great players that we have yet to understand figure out how to play their game based on this huge wrench we just threw at them the second they walked into the door. So that I think is really unique and different. And it's also season 9. Like, we have been on the air for almost a decade, which is wild. But we are so grateful for so many people coming to come and have fun and play with us. And I think we need that. We need that more than ever right now. We need some fun. We need some laughs. We need to just enjoy ourselves.
And I love that the theme is post-apocalyptic, and that you basically kind of made the whole set look like, like post-apocalyptic. It's fantastic.
Yeah, and like life is kind of creeping back, and everything's covered with vines and greenery and vegetation. I kind of love that, because that really speaks to where we are right now. In that all the things that we thought we felt like science fiction 2 years ago are now like, oh yeah, everyone wears masks. Like we don't think about things in the same way that we once did. So I like that the real world is kind of echoing in the house. And this is the sequel. This is the sequel to an amazing superhero season. And I want to find out who the new superheroes are out of this group of people.
Well, I love that you've joined as the executive producer now. So really, I mean, congratulations, because it feels overdue to me in some ways. But what does it mean to you? And what did you do this season that felt like, breath of fresh air?
Well, I I've been saying before, and I'll continue to say that I think one hand washes the other. So I've loved being a host of the show and really like being part of the fan experience and understanding the show from the viewer perspective. But I also have a production background. And so being part of the production on this show means so much to me too, because I have so much interest in editorial decisions and the casting decisions. And so I think being a host makes me a better EP, and being an EP makes me a better host, because I have such a deep love for the show and such a high level of respect for the people who have put the show together year after year. Like, we are a team and we really believe in each other, and we want to keep creatively raising the bar. So, so far, you know, the season is just about to begin, but even through casting, it's been a different kind of year already. Our casting tour was completely virtual, which is different, but in some ways kind of leveled the playing field in terms of trying to find regional diversity. Canada's a big country, and it's hard for people to get to open casting calls sometimes. But even that process has been really special and different. And our team, like down to a man, has been, can I even say that? Oh my God, wow, how gendered is that? But our team down to a person was so excited by the new opportunities we had this year to really broaden the scope of what we could do with our show, and how we could show that bringing more people into a tent, making more people feel included and that they belong, means a lot to our viewers. And that just doesn't mean in Canada, that means in the US, in the UK, in Brazil, in the Philippines, and Australia, where we have so many viewers, but really to all the young people who are watching our show. This is the world they take for granted anyway. It's high time that we sort of like catch up and the reality world catches up. And I'm really excited about that and what that means for the future, not just on our show, but in reality television in general.
Does it also feel like you've gotten to the point where you've taken on so many struggles over the years now, with even beating, you know, getting through COVID, a season with COVID? Does it feel like you can do anything now? Like BBC 10 is going to be even huger?
I hope so. I think people really feel like we care so deeply, because we do. Like, I feel we've never been accused of phoning it in, or, you know, I mean, we're extra. We get accused of being extra, and we'll be extra every day of our lives on this show, because honestly, we want to have fun, and this is, you know, while it can be serious, this is entertainment, and I want people to come away from the show feeling like they know something deeper about the human condition, as nuts as that sounds about a big reality show. But that's what I think the power of the show is. And I think people keep coming back to us for that reason, because man, I feel like we could go and keep going and never stop, because there's never a shortage of creative ideas. No show is like this creative like playground like we have. So I do it forever. Like, you'll see me on my walker. You're like, what's up, everybody? It's Big Brother 35. And I'll be talking to you too. So I'll see you then.
Yes, exactly. Now, I will be here forever. I love too that the social side of this show is huge, and you know, people live for the Twitter feed, the updates and everything else. How does that feel for you? Because, you know, even a few years ago, that was groundbreaking.
That's true. You know, I mean, well, Andrew, you were around, like, you are in my vintage, right? You were around when I did The Lofters, right? U8TV The Lofters.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was
that
there.
That was a long time ago. Or maybe we're aging ourselves here, let's be honest. But you know, that was 20 years ago, and we had live feeds, right? We had 3 streams, and you could chat with the people in the house, which was like unheard of, whatever. But the way that technology has developed over the years really has made it feel like you're not watching something on your own. You're watching something with a lot of people who have a lot of opinions. And Big Brother Canada just pumps out so much content. There is nothing like it on the planet because of the live feeds. So there are very few shows that satisfy that need for more to be able to discuss and analyze. So that's kind of fun. I think that is such a special aspect of our show, that So yes, it's like parents who are watching with their kids on their, you know, their teenagers on their couch, and they're able to talk about things that normally they wouldn't get to. And I hear that all the time from parents when I, you know, meet people out in the street. And then it's also about group chats. It's about, like, I watch the show with 20 of my friends, and like, we blow up each other's like WhatsApps or phones when the show's on because we can't believe what's happening. Or, you know, you're in forums on Reddit, or you're, you know, you're following how many like live feed update groups and your favorite like ex-house guests and all of that. Oh, and you can't wait to watch the after the eviction. Oh, but it's also on 3 times. Like, there's so much. There's so much, and it's so cool that there's so many types of technology that you can use to consume the show, and it really is what you make it. Like, you know, if you're a casual fan, just watching what's on, amazing, fantastic. You're probably gonna laugh. You're probably still gonna get misty. You're probably still gonna be like, "Ooh, that's so smart. I never thought of that." You're gonna have all that, but if you want to go deeper, you can go real deep into the Big Brother world. And right now, I think a lot of people need that sort of quality entertainment that I think we can provide.
For sure. The last thing I want to wrap up with is U8TV, because I can't believe it's been 20 years. I auditioned behind Kalen, so I got his whole vibe right away. And then to see where U8TV went, and I know for some people it is an old story, but the fact that
some people have no idea it exists. They go, "What are you talking about? You're on a show? What?" And I'm like, it wasn't like Big Brother, it was more like Real World. They're like, "What?" It's like, yes, I was on a reality show, you know, on 9/11. I woke up and experienced that on camera. Like, when you think about it, it was a long time ago, but seeing how everything has developed over the years is really interesting. Seeing that genesis because that was like right after the first Survivor and Big Brother Amazing Race. And I'm just trying to think at the finale, Trey, David, and Kaylin from my season were all at the finale with me. So I'm still in touch with a number of house guests, as it were, lofters. But it is really neat seeing how it all has changed and developed over the years. But people still have that appetite for real people, you know, people that are not, you know, workshopped in a writer's room, real people with real problems and real personalities, and who are not perfect. I think that's really key. I think people right now really need to see other people who are real and going through it just like they are.
And different people who had different passions too, which was interesting. Do you think that the show had a legacy that it left behind in Canada?
I think so. I think, you know, in a lot of ways it was ahead of its time. In 2001, not everybody had a personal computer that could stream, like that had the bandwidth to stream live video. This idea of like, okay, yeah, so we're making the show about their lives, but what their jobs are is to create this incredible like internet TV channel, right? Now it's like, we don't think twice about that, but that didn't exist before. It just wasn't around. We didn't have smartphones. We didn't have, you know, everybody with like this, like, you know, gaming level quality computer. And now we take all that for granted. So I think it really was, it was a look at what was to come. And it was really special for its time. Am I happy that it's not on YouTube? Yes, I am. Okay. That was before YouTube and before Twitter and before Facebook. And like, you tell a kid that, they're like, what? There was a world before that? And you're like, uh-huh. And I'm so glad it's over.
Somewhere I have film, actual film, and videotapes.
I don't even want to talk to you. Don't even
there,
say that, Andrew.
I meant to dig it up for the 20th anniversary. But
burn it all.
Well, really, thank you so much for the time. It's really great chatting. Congratulations on everything, and I can't wait to see how the season unfolds.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Andrew. We'll talk to you next year, hopefully.
Sounds good. Take care.
Bye.